This is Mark Belton, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. Got a message here for you today. We've got a new challenge going on. We're going to do the last 18 days of this month. Might even be more like 17 now that today's come to a close. But I announced this on my Instagram as well earlier today. And you're going to want to check out that Instagram post because I give you a specific list of all the foods, which I'm not going to be able to do here because this is just me throwing this together. And I don't know how to do all that fancy shit, even after editing thousands of videos for myself over the years. Anyway, what we're doing is we're going to employ Operation Get Less Fatterous because I know a lot of you are getting too fat sitting on your asses, not getting outside and being locked up. Now, I know a lot of you are exercising. I know a lot of you are getting outside for walks, but it's not the same as it's always been for us, right? Previously we had the gym and we had a routine that we were in. And the routine has been kind of stripped away from us. And so now we have to employ our own, A friend asked me earlier today, they said, hey man, we all need to get back to work. And I just said, I never stopped working, and hopefully neither did you. And I hope none of you stop working. Like, keep working. Even if you lost your job, I want you to keep working. I want you to find work. I want you to figure out a way to help. I want you to figure out a way to contribute. But even aside from all that, it's important that we protect our brain. It's important that we protect our thoughts. And the way that we're going to do that is through good, healthy, sound nutrition practices and just some general health practices. We know about, washing our hands and staying clean and having good personal hygiene, but we need to have hygiene for our mind. We need to have hygiene for our bodies as well. And part of having hygiene for your mind is to exercise your body. When you exercise your body, in my opinion, it does almost more for your brain than it does for anything else. What it does for you from an aesthetic standpoint is crucial. But if you're trying to improve your body, you're going to do that a lot through nutrition, more so than you think. And you'll improve a combination of your body, mind, and spirit by embarking on fitness and by embarking on a good nutrition plan. So here's your nutrition plan. Here's what we're going to be doing. And May 1st, hopefully we all can be celebrating out at a restaurant somewhere. I don't know if that's going to be able to happen. If not, we'll have to celebrate responsibly at home with a good cheat meal. But we got, 17, 18 days, whatever the hell it is, 19 days until that May 1st comes. And I'd love for you all to eat the following. We have any forms of lean meat are fair game. You can go for it. We're trying to cut back on the amount of fat that we're eating. So we're going to avoid doing things like bulletproof coffee and things of that nature. If you still wanted to do that, you still could, but I would just encourage you just not to put as much fat in your coffee and things of that nature. I am personally going to try to utilize, and when I say try, just means I'm going to attempt to. I don't know if I'll always be successful with it, but I'm going to attempt to do a minimum of a 12-hour fast every day, and maybe upwards of around 18 hours. I intend to exercise twice every day. I'm doing 100 squats, 100 push-ups every single day, and a handful of 10-minute walks. But really, the 10-minute walks look more like 4-mile walk runs is really what it's ended up turning into. And the 100 squats and 100 push-ups, do 20 of them a couple times a day. And you'll have busted out 100 push-ups and 100 squats. If you really suck at push-ups, just do 50 push-ups for the day. That would suffice. And if you're really good at push-ups or you're really good at squats, then do 200 of them. I've done 300-400 of them in a day very easily because every time I walk past this certain bench or chair in my house, I end up popping off 20 squats. There ain't anything else to do and there's nowhere else to be, so why not, right? Anyway, back to the matter at hand. When it comes to nutrition, I mentioned different types of meat. Eggs are good. Egg whites are fine. Butter, dairy is okay, but just be a little cautious with dairy. Cottage cheese is okay. I like yogurt as a snack at night. I mix yogurt and Slingshot protein together, and that's usually my snack later on in the day. Because we're trying to watch the overall fat calories, maybe you want to get a yogurt that has a little more protein in it and a little bit less fat. But that just depends on your taste buds. The extra fat in the yogurt's not going to kill you. It won't be a huge amount because the yogurts are only like that big. At least that's the ones I buy. Maybe you guys buy the giant tubs. But anyway, just portion that out appropriately. Side note, I don't ever weigh anything except for myself. I weigh myself before bed every night, weigh myself every morning. My goal is to lose around 8 to 10 pounds in this time frame, which is very achievable for me. So make sure that you pick an amount that's achievable for you. If you're a smaller person, if you only weigh 160, don't tell yourself you're going to lose 10 pounds. And even if you're a bigger person, don't tell yourself you're going to lose 20. Have it be low-hanging fruit. Let's have it be something that you know that you can do. Speaking of fruit, fruit is going to be on our list as we move into carbohydrates. So some carbohydrate sources. Before I move on, another protein source is cheese. You can have some cheese, but I wouldn't advise overdoing it on the cheese. A couple pieces of cheese a day could be very good. Good source of protein, good source of fat, good source of calcium, good source of vitamin D, and maybe even vitamin K. I'm not sure. If it's raw, I think it has all those vitamins still intact. As we move into carbohydrates, you're going to want to have vegetables, fruit, and things like a potato, sweet potato. A Japanese sweet potato is my favorite. I love that. And or rice. The amount of carbohydrates you're going to eat in a day is probably 100 and below. Let's keep it under 100. On my Instagram post, I think I wrote 100 to 150. That's okay as well. It's really just a suggestion. If you end up over 100, there's no reason to worry. I don't count anything. It's just an estimate, and it's including all carbs or all carbohydrates. Really, it's just, and that's why I said 100, because there might be some trace carbs and some stuff that you eat here and there that might put you up at 20 automatically, and then through eating some vegetables and through eating some fruit, you might be at 75 or so, and that'd be enough for the day, really, for most of what we're doing currently. If you have some stronger workout days, you can have a little bit more. There's no oatmeal in the diet. There's no bread. There's none of that other stuff. But if you wanted to have a little extra carbohydrate, you're free to have whatever kind of carbohydrate that you want. But I want you to stay on this strict. I'd like to see you guys lose some weight, and I'd like to see you do this right along with me. Let's see. Oh, in terms of fats, you got avocado, olives, olive oil, coconut oil is fine. Ghee. Pretty much, I think that rounds that out as well. Kind of in conclusion here, I'd love for you guys to join me with 100 squats a day, 100 push-ups every single day, and a minimum of 2 10-minute walks. I would even encourage you to walk more like a minimum of 2 miles every day at this point. Today, I probably walked about 5 miles. I understand maybe some of you don't have the time commitment to do that, even though we are kind of locked down and even though we are locked up. I appreciate everyone that followed along. I appreciate you guys so much for following along with Carnivore 100. What a hell of a journey that was. And we will do that again next year. We'll do Operation Get Less Fatterist all over again. We'll start that all over again. We'll start up No Carbs Till Christmas, and we'll be running the whole thing. And hopefully this pandemic thing is behind us in the rearview mirror, looking about this big, and it's not really that big of a deal anymore. That's it. That concludes everything. If you have questions on the diet, please ask them in questions below. Please also cross-reference my Instagram, which is @MarkSmellyBell, so that way you can keep up to date on everything. And strength is never weakness. Weakness is never strength. Catch you all later. Whoosh.